Okay, once you have your final template, so like I said, I wanted to do diagonal stripes for my final template, you need to take and stack all of your paintings going the same direction. So if I look, I have a small triangle at the bottom and a point at the top. I want to make sure I stack all of them, so the small triangles at the bottom, the same points at the top. So same here, small triangle, small triangle. So all my paintings are going the same way now. And then I'm going to stack my cutting template right on top. You're going to take some paper clips, and I want you to paper clip in between each of your spaces of your design. And the reason I have you do this is so as you're cutting, it keeps all the same pieces together so you don't lose them. So I'm going to go ahead and put paper clips on each of these, and then I'm going to take and just cut right on my lines that I've drawn, and I'm cutting all four at the same time. If you find that this is too hard to cut, what you could do is make 2 copies of your template using the light box and then just cut 2 at a time. But if you do it all at once, it guarantees that all of those pieces will be exactly the same size, same shape. When you're cutting, make sure that you're taking nice long cuts, that you're not being jagged in your motions. Really try and cut right on that line that you drew. And as you can see, all of my pieces are sticking together as they fall because they have been paper clipped. Okay, so now that I've done that step, I'm going to take and put them back together, but I want to put them together on my draft paper. So this is my draft piece. This is to help me see where my center is and to help me line everything up correctly as I start to rearrange them. So I want to take and fold this in half vertically and fold this in half horizontally, and this will ensure that I know exactly where the center is of the rearrangement. This paper might be in a different color. It all just depends on what I have available for extra papers. So first step I do, I take one of my corner pieces and I go ahead and I set that in the same corner of each of my 4 quadrants. Then I'm going to move on to the next piece, make sure everything lines up. I'm going to go ahead and follow that same order and put my next piece in place. So what you're going to do once you have them all cut up, it sounds silly, but I'm going to have you put them back together. The reason for that, then you know exactly what piece is what. So when you go to trade out a piece, you know it's the exact same piece as the other part of your design, and that way you know that your design will be recreated rather than accidentally trading out a piece for one that isn't the right part of your design and then having a hard time having your design line up the way you want it to. So then I go ahead and I put my last piece in. It's almost like doing a puzzle, making sure all the pieces are in place. So now that I have my original designs put together, I want to think about which ones I want to trade out. And I might choose to just trade out between 2 squares. I might choose to trade out amongst all of them. So this is something that I want you to work with and decide what works best. Now I'm probably not going to trade between these two because they both have a red background. We're not going to see a lot of contrast, but maybe I'll want to switch between the pieces vertically. So I can take this piece and trade them, and maybe I want to take these 2 pieces and swap them out. And I can go ahead and put this piece below, see if I like it. And I'm going to do the same thing with these 2. I'm going to trade the 2 middle pieces, see if I like that. And like I said, you can even check out if you want to have all of them switching. But I kind of like the look of just switching between 2 of them. So I can kind of look and see, and I'm liking the look of that. But then I think I might even flip-flop these 2 here so that this one's in this corner. And this one will go in this corner to kind of help separate some of the reds and blues a little bit more. So we really want to make sure we have contrast. Contrast is difference between two or more things so that they stand out and add interest. So that's why I'm not switching out my red pieces, because notice if I traded these two pieces right here, well, that is the exact same one. I forgot I swapped those. So if I trade these two pieces out, notice we're not getting as much contrast. There's a lot of red there. So I'll go ahead and move that back. So far I really like the direction my design is going, but I think there's one more thing that I want to do. I think I want to go ahead and rotate a couple of my pieces. So maybe instead of having all my pieces go the same direction, I'm going to go ahead and rotate my opposite quadrants, and you can see it starts to create more of a diamond shape. So that's something you can also try as well. As you swap out your pieces, you can also rotate things and see how you like it. So this is going to be my final design. I really like the way it's looking. I'm going to go grab some glue and then I'll show you how to glue your design.